Charlie's guy, it's from quite a lot, nothing.
I've used WD-40 everywhere, so little bits of smoke you might see as it warms up is normal because I've sprayed WD and grease everywhere, so don't worry about a little bit of smoke. I think I should drop the oil today while it's warm and put new oil in. Yeah, me too. Let me just check it fires easily. See, after valves, it just bugs me. They're just a tiny bit loud. Now the tolerance in them was fine. I checked it.
That means you have to tighten the valves, or
Do you know what? Not really. I think it's all new.
let the oil run.
I think we'll only know when we drive it.
You have to ride it tomorrow then.
So we've got some good news and some annoying news. It's not bad news. Good news is, what is the good news?
The engine's running
Yeah, I suppose so.
with the hard work.
Bad news is we have to take the exhaust off to get the oil drain bolt. So what that means is tomorrow I'm going to come back with a fresh battery, warm it up, drop the oil properly with the exhaust off. Oh, terrible, I take the whole exhaust off, but at least I put it on today and it's fresh. I am going to change the oil though and go from there. But just to show that this is a good engine, let's fire it up again. Oh, well, I say that, let's check it's a good engine. It may not be. You know what? It looks happy enough.
Bump it straight up. You did that valve.
Valves, yeah. They might need tightening a touch. I'll do that tomorrow.
That's gonna be hard. How are you gonna tighten it? You have to take the engine out again.
Nah, it's there. Easy enough, easy enough.
Yeah. At least it's starting, Charlie. At least
Yeah.
I'm not cutting off
The
more.
thing is, when you put new valves in, it makes sense to readjust. I haven't actually readjusted them. I just checked them visually, actually. I just checked the gap myself.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, stone cold, first thing I'll do is check the valves, as in the gaps. Then I'll warm it up like this. Then I'll take the exhaust off, hot in my hand. Then I'll drain the oil. Then I'll put fresh oil in. And
Get rid of it.
and that's it. Really, it needs a new air filter. But if it's going back to the owner, which I think it is,
You could do that.
yeah, he could, because it's going to cost. These iget filters are different.
Yeah.
I'm going to check, but they're like 40-50 quid.
You could do that.
At the moment, my bill is already 120 for the valves. What else did I buy? Other bits and pieces, about £200. Plus the 300, because I gave him 300 for the bike originally.
Yeah.
Plus nitty. I'm trying to think. It's about 200 quid, which is not bad considering it's gone from being a non-runner
Yeah.
to a runner. Okay. Wow. Surprised.
I've been looking for project man. So the price of charging is too much, Charlie.
Yeah, projects have gone up massively. Like stupidly, broken Chinese bikes are selling for £850, £900. I'm selling running serviced Chinese bikes for £950. So I don't quite get. I mean that she advertised that thing over there for
And that was a
£1,200.
non-runner. That's
It's
gone
not
then.
only a non-runner. That was never a runner.
No.
That was never a runner, as in her care.
That mine, yours, is worth money. That's running well.
So I'd be tempted to spend an hour here today nipping all this up, but you know what? I'm not going to do it.
The next day.
Hi everyone and welcome back. So it's the next day now. Yesterday we fired this up. It sounded great, although the valves sounded a little bit loose. Completely normal for valves to need rechecking when you've done head work. Absolutely normal, depending on gaskets and torque specs and so on. I would have expected them to have been a bit tighter though, because there would have been a touch of wear in the old valve stems. But saying that, it's done so low mileage, probably not enough to cause any issues. So putting it back together and not adjusting the valves was silly in some way, because it was all accessible. I shouldn't have messed. I have to take this cover off again, for example. And on the other hand, I just wanted to get it in and check that everything was doing what it should be doing before I do the fine tune, which is how you would do it if it was on the bike. So to do the valve setting, you just take this cover off again. This cover will just fall off to the side. Actually, if I haven't connected, well, this line here, you disconnect it and you just pull this whole cover off, and then you set the arrow to that top part again. That means you're at top dead center. All 3 valves should be loose. It's different for different bikes, but on this one all 3 should be loose at top dead center, and then you readjust them from there. So after doing a lot of research online, because it wasn't quite clear, some had 0.08 on both intake and exhaust, which isn't right. It appears to be 0.10 millimeter on intake and 0.15 on exhaust. That makes more sense. That definitely sounds more right to me. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to check them. So let me find my feeler gauges. Make sure I've got the 2 right ones. I will do, but just make sure. And let me see what we're set at right now. So what I'm doing, just for anyone who's ever doing this at home, okay? You get to your top dead center, which is here. When that arrow is pointing to that line, it's top dead center, right? But some bikes can give you a false top dead center. Now, if you've got some play, that's good. There's a tiny bit of play in the exhaust, and there's a bit more up in the... They're probably the ones, the intake, that need doing. However, spin it again. Spin the engine again, a full rotation around, and check them again. Because some engines give you a false top dead center. It ends just slightly before the top, and that might be a bit old-fashioned now. I think modern engines don't do that. A lot of them don't do that, but there has been in the past. So you wouldn't be able to tell, but I'm much happier with them. This is the one that's not loaded now. Yeah, they're in spec now. I'm happy with this now. I'm going to run it. Go and get the battery, which I charged, start it, run it, warm up the oil, and then drop the oil. The oil drain plug is down there, but the exhaust pipe, as I said, gets in the way. So I'm going to pop the exhaust off, which is fine. It's just 2 10s under there and a big old Allen key, and we'll do it properly. But of course I need the exhaust to warm it up first, and then I need to get the exhaust off without burning myself. I have a bit of a dilemma with the oil filter down there. I have leader engine oil filters, but they're different codes. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, good. Different codes, but same filters. Look at this for genius. Set up the fuel can, fill it up, 300 milliliters, and then I know exactly what's going in, and it's dripping in slowly. The actual ports, the heads on these, so hard for filling. I think nowadays most mechanics use electric and they pump in, which is quick and easy, but if you're tipping in, it's really horrible, even with a spout on top like that, because of the angle of the fill neck. If you look at the angle of the fill neck, getting that in there is impossible. And second to that, there's an actual washer on the inside as well, which minimises it even more. So this tube straight in, put in what you know should be in, get it to the appropriate level, and then fill up from there. Check out Rabjab's new ride.
I couldn't walk to the back.
0.25 of a horsepower. He's still dangerous on it.
It gets me quicker than the bike.
I think
to the bike show.
one of his good friends de-restricted it for him. Who was that, Rabjab? Me. It don't go silly fast. I think it does 24, which is probably silly fast for Rabjab. Is this the one you smashed your face on?
Yeah, about 4 years ago.
You crashed this one?
Yeah.
He smashed his face on that. Right, check it out, the Piaggio. So, pieced it back together and just bolting and clipping everything in slowly, making sure everything, it's all kind of, it's jigsaw puzzles, so you've got to kind of manipulate and work it all until it's all in place. Seat bucket next, seat, and then I think that front panel goes on last. And then it'll be a quick test run to see how we're looking on that. And then I guess a bit of cleaning and polishing, and that's it. Move it on, really. I'll call the original owner who's keen for it. So that's that. He's going to get his bike back. He's going to have spent about £300, and I think he's got a lot for that. I've also changed the oil, a brand new spark plug. It needs a new filter, but I'm going to leave that for him to do. I'll help him, but he can buy it. So it's had a service and all, and I don't think it had a decent service. I don't think it had a service. I know he bought it new. I don't think it's ever been serviced. And then while I've been doing this, it's pushed me, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I've got an engine sitting here with a good tyre. I want to rebuild the head on this and try and get the cam chain, get a cam chain around it. I'm going to try and rebuild this. I'm going to try and rebuild it. Because we've got a piston and rings in there. We've got a cylinder that's good and works. It's all here apart, and I've just done it. So there's no reason why I shouldn't do it again. So at some point I'm going to buy the, I'm at least going to build the top end, the valves, so that we've got, that's worth £120. So it will cost me 60 for the two valves, and I can sell it for 120. But if I can put this engine back together, it's worth, with the wheel and everything, could be £600. So here we are. This is it. It's the final product. This is what should be an on-the-road bike ready to go. It's put back together. Every nut and bolt is in. I've given it a good clean, although I haven't polished it. I need to get some polishing rags. But I'm going to fire it up. I'm going to take it for a spin, and we'll see what it's doing and what it's not. Right, it's test run time. I'll be honest, I always am. So smooth.
Very quiet.
It's so smooth.
I'm very quiet, Charlie. You can't hear.
I'm just doing slow runs because I want to test the brakes and everything.
Okay.
But I'm going to try and make sure it's got full throttle.
Okay.
How on?
Yeah. Charlie, the back is so quiet. I can't even hear you going.
Your helmet. Put my helmet on. Give it a shot.
Okay.
You've owned one before, haven't you?
No, I never had a Piaggio. I had a Honda SH.
You know what I should have done? I should have tried. What has Warren got?
The Honda SH.
What now?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we had one of these.
No.
I'm curious.
What's it like?
It's so smooth. I do like Rabjab's opinion with bikes because he's quite attuned to the feel of a bike, and it's weird. It's probably the only thing he's good at in life, but but actually he is quite attuned to bikes. So he'll say to you, it's slightly leaning left, or it's slightly leaning right, or the front suspension don't feel right, or the rear suspension don't feel right. He really is attuned to biking. It's the one thing he's done his whole life and loves doing: engines, bikes, anything, electric, petrol. But it's super smooth. Yeah, it's lovely. You can see how smooth it is. Super smooth, super quiet. The ticking's gone. Yeah, great. Do you feel anything? Because you're normally quite good. Brakes are good. Power's good. Suspension's good. But although power's good for the bike, but the leader engine, I'd be putting a racing variator on this.
The engine's not good as the old, because I've driven the old piaggio.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'd be putting a.
More eco.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's designed for eco, so I'd be putting.
It's so quiet, Charlie. I can't even.
It's so smooth.
It's smooth.
Yeah.
I'll do about what? I don't even know.
So smooth. I don't like the fact that the big one is kilometers and the little ones. It's almost like it's imported. I mean, I know it's Piaggio, but it's a UK version. Yeah. All right, I'm happy, mate. I think that's done and dusted.